We need a good tune played on an old carburettor. Yeah, it's just pure oil, isn't it?
Picked up the engines, also visited 2 boatyards in the centre of Amsterdam. The first one, they don't let liveaboards there, so I think it's going to be about 3,500 for the summer. That would work if I could find some accommodation in the centre. Let me know if you guys have any ideas, or if by chance someone lives close to the centre of Amsterdam and has a spare room, let me know. That'd be super helpful. I set off so early, but I'm stuck in traffic and I really hope that I catch this ferry. I made it to the ferry, absolutely elated about it, and this ferry is amazing. It's basically like a little cruise ship, and it goes up to the north of England where I'm from, and I just need to drive across to the west coast. This is my room. They've got entertainment. I've had a little beer. It's £5 for a pint of beer, which might sound expensive to the English people watching, but after spending time in Amsterdam where it's at least £10 for a pint, it's going to be really funny tomorrow because I didn't tell my mum that I was coming back, so I'm going to surprise her. Don't scratch the cars. What's the plan going to be?
I think we'll just take the spark plug out, make sure it's alright and that it's firing. Temporary fuel supply, and make sure there's oil in it as well, and then see if we can fire it up, I think then.
Yeah, start with like a fire up and then see what the problems are.
Yeah, and if need be we can always take the impeller off with the prop off. We can clean it anyway at bottom end, it wants cleaning,
So essentially what we've got is two-stroke 9.9 Suzuki oil injection. So the one that we're working on now has an electric starter, the other one just has a pull start.
That's tea sorted, isn't it?
Yeah. Freshwater mussels. Do you know what all this is? Can you talk me through it?
We've got a couple of coil packs, obviously spark plugs. Is that the oil tank?
Yeah.
Oil tank, yeah. We'll make sure there's some oil in there.
That's
obviously your flywheel and little starter. Your carburettor.
That's throttle, I think.
Yeah, that's advancing the timing, isn't it? That's a kill switch, isn't it? So that's been disabled with a tyre up, hasn't it, the kill switch? So we need to stop it quickly. Just pull that off, I suppose.
Nothing.
Because the wiring comes right through here, doesn't it? That looks like the solenoid, the starter solenoid there. See if anything happens. I'm just going to try and bypass the solenoid, put a battery direct at start and just see if it'll flick over. Yeah, so it does, doesn't it? Yeah, so it will turn over.
Nice.
Right, that's good now. What I'll do, I'll try the this side of the solenoid, see what happens. That's alright. We can try, see if we're getting a spark from the plug, because we need to know that the coil packs are alright. There we go. Looks quite healthy anyway. Yeah, spark. Nice. That's good. It's on a drip then, isn't it? What do you think? I think it'll work.
You're the expert. Is there no leaking or anything? No. So
Just beginning with the air at the moment, won't it?
Yeah.
As long as it's above, it should be alright. It's just like being at the hospital.
The outboard hospital.
Is it in neutral?
Yeah.
As soon as it fires, you can knock that in, or if you want to stop it, just knock that off.
Yeah. When you turn it over, the little red light comes on here. I don't know if
that's oil, isn't it?
Probably what the problem is there's no fuel going through. We're going to check the spark plug to see if it's wet. These engines were sat for like 10 years without being used, so there's a good chance that the carburetor is there'll be crud and stuff.
Yeah, they're
Not wet or anything.
No, I think so.
We're going to have to do a carb rebuild.
Soon warms up, won't it, that?
Yeah.
I don't like working it cold anymore.
No, I bet it's like, will be fun.
Well, yeah, amongst other things, but yeah.
Because you're getting older.
Yeah. I've done it all. If I don't need to do it, I'm not going to do it anymore.
So, carburetor's off.
Bit of further investigation.
Yeah, it feels empty. Usually it's, when you pull it off, it's full.
It is, yeah.
So, there's a float in there which controls that pin.
Obviously that filter as well, isn't there?
Yeah. I don't know if that's oil, but...
Yeah, there's oil in there, isn't there? It's probably the oil all separating, full of crap in it. I think everything's either 10 or 13 mil on these.
Right.
We don't disturb the...
I guess.
Full of oil. There's probably no fuel in the ball, but the oil, it looks like the oil injection's injected it.
Right, yeah.
So maybe there's not been any fuel and the oil's been dripping in. Maybe that's what I'm thinking, into the fuel ball. I just don't want to ruin that gasket and making that O-ring. That's it. Yeah, it's just pure oil, isn't it? Bit of red wine.
Looks like Aperol spritz.
What we'll do is soak it in there. And that jet there, we can clean that out.
So the deal now is...
Take the float out.
There's a little jet inside there which you unscrew, and you've got the side one. They could be...
Clogged.
Yeah, clogged.
So we'll check the float out first. There's a little valve in there. That's blocked up as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we'll count how many revolutions to put it in, and then we know how many times to bring it out when we put it back in again. About three and a quarter turns, so yeah, just a little taper seat on it. 2.5, 3 and a quarter. So that's how where it was before. Put these jets back in.
the deal with the little fuel pump? Like, how do you know if that's good or not?
Yeah, if we have the carb like that, just blow through it, you should be able to blow through it. Like that needle should let some. Do it that way. When it's down, it won't. No, nothing.
Yeah.
But that way, yeah, it's blowing through. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully that should be alright. When a good tune played on an old carburettor.
So is petrol as good a degreaser as diesel?
Yeah, petrol's pretty good. It's a bit, it's not quite as lubricant as diesel, but it's if it's a petrol engine, it's especially carburettor, it's good to run.
Petrol.
And this has got oil in it, so.
While Dad's putting the carb on, I thought we could all marvel at his mechanic spoon. It's been a year since I've been working on the engines here. It's looking a lot cleaner now. And we can also learn how to make the perfect cup of tea. Tea bag. Tea bag first. Don't be putting your milk in first, that's just ridiculous. You want to get the hot water poured directly on the tea bag. Use your decrepit spoon, adds more flavour. Squeeze the tea out of the tea bag. Then milk comes later, semi-skimmed. This one's a little bit too brown. Just a little splash. Perfect. Take the tea bag out. That's the perfect brownness of tea. Good 45 minutes hot to an hour to get the carb back on. It's the most fiddly thing. Very, very tight space.
Can you get another tire out, Mark? Over there.
Second time it's going to start.
It'll take to pump the fuel through, won't it? Started jam then, didn't it?
So it's when I move that.
Alright.
So I think it just needs to be set a bit higher, maybe. Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Hey. Got the smoke.
Sounds alright actually.
Yeah. Right.
Let's get muscles of lubrication. We should be able to run it with a prop on if it's in neutral, but
Yeah.
you probably want to see if it shifts, don't you?
Yeah.
So do you think you'll ultimately use these engines, or do you think you'll
I don't know.
sell them and get them running and then sell them? Or
Depends how reliable they are. Like if they turn out to be,
gear now.
if they turn out to be like quite reliable, then the only problem is you can't use these in like
No,
the inland waterways.
no, go off quite easy. Or just split pinning them, so. Yeah, more muscles.
Flipping it.
So we're ready.
Yeah, I'll just hold that switch in.
Let's come in there now.
Look at that.
Yeah, because it's not been run for ages, has it? Well, if you know it actually runs.
Yeah. What do you think about the smoke? Do you think it would clear eventually? Or?
Yeah, it'll take a while, I think, because you've got old oil in the oilways and everything, but I think it will. You need heat to burn it off, really, but...
Okay.
Ideally, you could take up to lakes and try them.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a dinghy.
Do you think it'll fit one of those on?
Put both on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can try the other one. See if that one runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, it'll be the same procedure, won't it? So on that one, obviously we need to run it some more.
Oh, mine's stuck.
Alright. You got it?
Yeah. Just gonna check if there's a spark on this one.
Yeah, spark, yeah.
So this one has a little special fuel clippy-on-y thing. Dad's got a little clippy.
Never throw anything away, have you? It's too big. Yeah, well, we'll just have to pipe it, won't we? Take that pipe off and we'll sort it.
Bypass. Bit of
Chill. That's it.
That was alright, wasn't it?
Yeah, sounds good.
And no smoke either.
No smoke. Gonna try the barrel.
Yeah. Funny, there was a comment on the video where I went to look at this boat.
Yeah.
They said, getting your parents to help out with this project. I'm morally bankrupt. Morally bankrupt for getting you and Mum involved in it.
I actually enjoy it, though, that's the thing. I look, apart from I like helping people anyway, I just like doing stuff like this because I just find it really interesting.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
It's fun, isn't it? It's fun. Yeah, go on. Come on.
So it's the same amount of smoking.
You just need a good blast, I think, really.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. The oil's old anyway, isn't it? So,
It could even be the oil.
yeah. You know, if it's settled,
Yeah.
separated a bit.
Because, yeah, we might just need to clean out the oil tanks, put fresh
It's not
oil
quite
in.
as bad, this one, is it?
No. Yeah, it didn't start off as bad.
With a carburettor, if it's just used any fuel that was in the carburettor and it's had oil and it's not letting any, I don't know, it might be the same again doing that.
Yeah, so Dad's been and got a little fuel tank, a priming bulb thing and some pipe, so we don't have to put the engines on the IV drip, which is pretty nice. Today we're just going to take out the carburettor on the other engine because it wouldn't work last time. I mean, it started up nice, it was smoking just like the other one, but then we couldn't get it to start, so there's a good chance there's a lot of oil built up in the carb, so we'll clean that out and hopefully we'll find lots of oil in there, and that's the reason why it's not starting. What we're going to do this weekend, which will be in the next video, is we're going to take the engines up to Wales, and Mum and Dad have got a boat up there, so we're going to really thrash these engines so we can burn off all the oil and see if it is a case of just thrashing them to get the smoke to clear. Although these two-stroke engines are always pretty smoky. We also need to take a look at the engine controls, and yeah, we'll just do as much as we can. The barb for the fuel to go in, that's 6mm. Well, Dad's doing it all in imperial, so I have no idea. He's talking about quarters.
Quarter or 6mm.
5/16, 34, 45ths and all this crap.
Yeah.
Cool. Shall we
Try it.
try it?
To see if it fires first.
Hey, we got something. Another 30 pulls later and it
Yeah, well,
started
we've
up.
pulled that down 2 turns as well.
The idle screw.
The idle, yeah. So whether that helps or not, I don't know. Should I try
Should we open the door?
Yeah, open the door, yeah. Got keys, mate.
Well, that's not the amount of money you brought back, is it?
Ah, yeah.
Alright, I watch your channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Are you alright, yeah?
Yeah,
Doing a bit of work. Get you working again on another engine. Yeah.
That was funny. Someone walked past Dad's garage who watches the YouTube channel. It's funny how many people watch it. And Dad got recognised in Halfords the other day in Preston, and yeah, it's funny. Anyway, we're gonna link up one of the controls. One of them's become detached, and one of them's fine, I think.
Yeah.
So we might need to crimp it on or something.
Yeah, one of these.
So this one had duct tape around it here, so I think that just needs putting in, maybe crimping. I'm sure you'll have a solution for it. So, yeah. So a little tiny nut welded on it, and then just have to work out how this attaches. I took it off, but I can't remember. So we're actually just going to drill the thread out of that little nut and then put 2 nuts either side of it. I would not like to trust a rusted welded nut.
No, we'll make a new
For,
place for it, Mark.
Yeah, we'll make a new clevis for it, Dad says. Because with that being a throttle, if that snaps at sea, there's a lot of movement. It's not going to last. It will not last at all.
It's like something jam. It seems free at this end. moving a bit now.
Moving more.
That's good. You just, I wonder if it's because the cable seized a bit in there.
Yeah. Is that moving at the top? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just helping it now.
Yeah. So it's just really stiff and seized. Yeah, without assistance, it's. Is that without?
Yeah, I'm not touching it now. It's working now.
Yeah.
It's just a bit stiff.
It's just very stiff. So the gear's fine.
So the throttle, do you just go further?
You go as far as you can, yeah. Yeah.
And then back. And reverse.
The throttle's still really high.
Yeah.
Is it high up? We think we've found the solution to the solenoid problem. It's not actually a solenoid problem. There's actually a start button on the engine which we didn't notice, so it should work, I think. So I guess we'll just try that and then hook up the other control, see if that's better. I think it is. Hey.
Can't believe I didn't look for a starter button. I thought it was on the remote, you see.
I flipping told you, you know. I flipping told you.
Yeah, that's it.
And then the reverse.
Yeah.
Whether I'll be using these engines on the boat kind of permanently, ultimately, we're not 100% sure. We'll take them to Wales, we'll run them on Dad's dinghy and see how they are. If they're reliable, then I don't mind these as my permanent engines because they are really easy to work on. I've found, at least with two-stroke engines, the carbs can get blocked quite easily, and so that's a little bit of a worry, but the fact that I can easily fix them is really nice. But for sure, these engines are going to take my boat to a boatyard. So at this point, I'm considering whether to put the boat in a boatyard in and around the Amsterdam area. I've contacted a couple of boatyards, heard back from a couple, waiting to hear back from a few others. With the design of the boat, the way that it is, it needs lifting in a pretty special way, so not every boatyard can do it. Like I said in this video, there is the boatyard in the centre of Amsterdam where I could lift the boat, but I wouldn't be able to live there, and it's something like 3,000 just for the boat storage, and finding accommodation in and around Amsterdam is difficult, or at least it's difficult to find affordable accommodation for me. There's another boatyard though which I'm talking to, hopefully that can come through. There's also the possibility, I've spoken to a transport company and they've quoted me £4,500 to transport the boat from Amsterdam to Pwllheli. So whether I would put it in Pwllheli in North Wales, I'm not 100% sure. It's all kind of coming together. I'm just trying to think of a plan, get quotes, and I'll probably end up making my decision based on cost. And also I do want to be in like a down-to-earth boatyard. It does matter. I'd like to be in a good place to refit the boat. Also thought about taking it to France as well, in Port St. Louis, because that is the perfect boatyard for refitting your boat. But yeah, guys, if you have any experience transporting boats, if you know of any good marinas or boatyards maybe on the south coast of the UK, in France, maybe Brittany, that would be nice. You know, there's so many options, so let me know in the comments if you have any advice regarding that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching these videos. Thank you for subscribing. You can subscribe, it's absolutely free. You'll just get more similar content to what you've watched in this video. And if you can leave us a like, that's great. And a massive thank you as well to everyone who went to my coffee, PayPal, signed up as a patron. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Alright, so in next week's video, we're gonna run these engines properly. Hopefully we can get a lot of the smoke to clear, even though 2 strokes smoke anyway. Once we've done that, it'll be pretty much back to the boat. I'm gonna be living on the boat when I go back. Yeah, figuring out what the heck I'm gonna do. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.